Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. We're back in my room because I decided to shoot today. I decided to shoot during the day. I think shooting at night is so much better, but because everyone is sleeping, and for those of you that don't know, I have a 3-year-old daughter and how old is that? A 5-year-old, a little brother. So chaos, like so it's better to shoot when they're sleeping. So but today is Sunday and I thought let me just do it now because tomorrow I have to go to work, so I want to sleep early and I want to upload today. So yeah, this is us. So as you can see by this working description, as you can see by the description, I am doing a story time. I'm sharing my Tinder experience, guys. But at that, I'll be having, those of you that know me know if it's not gin, it's this baby. This baby right here. Langul. So I'll be having this baby right here, and we have her in this, okay? We have in this. So guys, I don't get a good thing. But first let me pop. Aha. So in 20, I think it was 2020. Yeah, it was definitely 2020, but I think somewhere around October. Somewhere around October, I decided, let me download Tinder. So there's this friend of mine, she downloaded Tinder and she was like, girl, okay, she downloaded Tinder because she said she wants a white guy, right? And for some reason, white guys don't approach us, and as they don't, or at least they don't approach me. So girl was like, I am going to Tinder. I'm like, go girl. So she goes to Tinder. She meets this guy. The guy is a disaster. It's a disaster, a complete disaster. The guy isn't the white guy you'd. No offense to anyone, by the way. This is a safe space, but the guy isn't the Lukua you'd want to Lukua with, you know. He was sunburned. He was all of that. He was just nah. So I was like, but anyway, I want to give it a try because at the time I was single. I had just come out of a relationship, so I was like, why not? And now I download Tinder. Okay, after I download Tinder, so what happens is you create this profile, and then you create a bio describing who you are, so that a potential match can obviously see and say, okay, like. So what happens is you swipe. Let me have a sip. So what happens is you swipe left, which means you don't like the person, or you swipe right, which means you like. There's Tinder Premium, okay, where you pay a monthly fee. So if you have premium, you're able to see who has liked your profile. You get. And then if you like me and you're like, I can never pay for this, you go and you can use it for free. So you're not you it's not like if you don't pay you can't use Tinder. You can. So that was me. I did not pay. So the only downside of this is that if you're not paying for it, then you don't see who likes your profile. So you'll be seeing these guys swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, and then if you happen to like one, you swipe right, obviously, hoping that they before have liked your picture or your profile. And if they had liked it before, by the time you like, then you guys match. You get. Or if it happens that you like before them and they had not liked your profile, you are then hoping that at least they have premium so that they see your like, see your profile and then like you back and then you match, or they too don't have premium and then you like at that time, and whenever they like, they find your like already hanging there and then they'll match. Either way, bottom line is you have to like each other and then you match. Once you match, you can then start texting or inboxing. You cannot text a guy until you match them. Sharp. I start. I think for like 3 days, I did not put my pictures up because as I joined Tinder, I see this guy from campus, from where I used to attend university, and I'm like, hey, so there's people who probably see me. In my head, I'm like, imagine these people seeing me on Tinder, like, and then bubble like a Monica Tinder. So I was like, I'm not putting up my pictures. And if someone sees Nosi Pumkize, then I can always defend myself and say, no, Bangak, how many are we? Abu Nosip, you know? But now the thing is, I wasn't getting any matches like for like 3 days. Get busy, get busy. No match, nothing until I was like, guess binda. I am putting up my pictures. So I put up my pictures and then it's like someone opened a can of worms. They just came flooding, guys. They came flooding. The matches were just coming in. I would like a guy and it's like the like was already hanging there, like I had explained earlier. So I was matching with these guys. I remember the first guy that I got to take things far with was this white guy. This guy this guy says to me, okay, we start chatting. He looks decent. Okay, he looks decent, and I'm like, oh, all right, this guy, oh sharp, he looks like but the corner, you know. So I'm like, let me see where this goes. We start speaking. Now let this guy, we start speaking, and then we decide to meet up. So with Tinder, you can choose to see only guys within your area or within a certain number of kilos. So for me, it was never, I would set it nothing higher than 30 k's. You know, I can drive 30 k's away from home, but I cannot be driving 200 k's away. Like, not worth it. So at first I said 15k. So most of these guys were like 1k away, so they were like practically neighbors in our neighboring. If it's not within my estate, then it's the other one. So I was like, good shot, this one is 1k away. He's like, let's meet, go colonate more. I'm like, okay, sharp. So where are we meeting exactly? Because this is my first meetup, I'm like, I can go kidnap you guys. I'm still, so I'm like, let's meet at so parking lot at Colonnade. And then yeah, that's public enough for me, and I know that parking lot. I'm very familiar with that area. So I go there, and I remember I arrived first. I prepared myself. I was like, guy calls and he's like, I'm here. So what's any I-10, guys? No offense to anyone who drives an I-10, but who's an I-10? So I'm like, it can't be him. Like, it can't be him. Or he's like, I'm here. I'm like, okay, so what car are you driving? Come by the entrance, because I know the security there. I'm like, come by the entrance. He's like, sharp. He comes along, and when he gets there, he's like, can we go wait by the car? Guys, by the time he approached me, I knew what by the time he approached, I was like, no, see. So, but anyway, because you cannot be rude. I can't be rude to people like that. I was like, okay, hi. He's like, can we go stand by the car? As in, I was like, nah, this is okay for me. We just stood there by the entrance with people walking in and out. Firstly, guy isn't white. He looks he didn't catfish me. He was the guy. He was the one. But man, like he looked not even Indian. It's just that I can't differentiate these people. But I think he was like bo bo Pakistani. She like he was cute. He was, I don't want to lie. He was cute. He was clean. He's just not my cup of tea. Like, you know. So I was like, I said, cool. In my head, I had already had this thing out. Get a little cool on Tinder. Like, so ish, he just screwed things up for me. Like, so sharp. And then at some point, he wants to hug me. I was like, there's people watching. I'm not comfortable with that. He's like, let's go to the car. I'm like, oh, don't worry. We'll meet up again. We'll organize something. Then he's like, okay, I want to take you out for dinner. Can we go out for dinner? I'm like, yeah, when? Sure, I'll come. I'm game. But from the moment we parted ways, I knew he was seeing me for the last time. I knew he was seeing me for the last time. And then sharp, I go back to the drawing board. I go back to Tinder. And oh, this guy, by the way, owns um one of the fast food outlets in Montana. I just won't name it. But yeah, he was at this point now trying to convince me to be with him. He was sending me these pictures and telling me that he owns this place. He was even saying, you should come through, I'll give you something on the house. Guys, I still buy from there now, but even that didn't make me go there or be with him. So yeah, that was the end of my friend. That was the end of my friend. Sharp. I go back to the drawing board. I think a few dates later, I remember this one time. Okay, in October, I had a car accident. I was okay, but my car was damaged, and so it went to get fixed. So I think it took about a month. I was like a month without a car. Also, please don't mind my daughter. Like, I don't know why. So anyway, I'm like, no, you know what? It means you like the person. So I go back to the drawing board, and at this time my car is damaged. So I remember very well. I was walking from gym. Okay, I was walking from gym, and then I'm like, no, let me get into Tinder, and then I get a match. Okay, and after getting this match, I get a long text, which is something that for me, it kind of like turned me on to say this guy took his time to write this paragraph. I mean, on Tinder. He was like, hi, I am, let's give him a name. I am, let's call him Ami. I'll tell you why. Hi, my name is Ami. Or let's call him Soldier. Yeah. Hi, my name is Soldier. I'm 36. He was 36. He's like, I'm 36 years old, which for me was a plus. For some reason, I think after I had my daughter, I somehow, I don't know what changed in me, but there's only certain people that attract me, and there's only a certain age group that attracts that I'm attracted to, rather. So if you're in your 20s, shem, so, but if you like in your 30s, then booty. So he's like, I'm 36. I have, okay, he's like, I'm 36 and I stay in what estate. I'm like, estate, okay, he's sounds proper. Stupid, I know, but yeah. And he's like, I can't remember how old was his daughter. I think 9. I have a 9-year-old daughter, which was also a plus. I mean, I have a daughter. Not that I wouldn't date someone without a kid, but when I meet someone with a kid, then we gel. I feel like me and him relate on so many we relate, man. We relate, okay? So he has a kid. I love girls. He has a daughter. He's in the 30s. And he says, I'm a senior official in the military. Yo, I died. I died. Because if you know me, you know men in uniform just do it for me. I am a senior official. Authority. Military. And then I'm studying. He's like, I'm studying with, I can't remember what he was studying, but yeah, he was studying something at a time. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm done with Tinder, found the one. I obviously reply, I sell myself, I tell him what I do, where I stay. I just, we start chatting, and we glued to our phones. We were both glued to our phones, and then we later took it to WhatsApp. And then once it got to WhatsApp, he's like, on the same day, guys, I remember I slept very late that day. He's like, can I video call you? I'm working late, but I'm gonna be home at around, I think he said 8 or something. Can I video call you? I'm like, yeah, sure. And he's like, please, skapara makeup, no makeup. Eh. I don't wear makeup. I'm like, okay, sharp. Here's one thing. I'm confident in my skin, okay? I can rock my face without makeup, but also, if you know me, I'm an everyday makeup every day. So I'm comfortable, but I'm like, what if he fell in love with this nosy? Like, what if this is what he likes? Like, I remember getting so stressed that night. I was like, it's fine. He called. Yo, guys, we gelled. The conversation was flowing. At that point, we agreed with I must go out for dinner. Babon, he's like, that week is very hectic for him. I remember they were deploying some people somewhere, so there was just like I'm taking for that week. So he's like, can you wait till a Friday? Ne? I remember very well, on Saturday I was going to a funeral. My mom's friend had passed away. So on Sunday I was going to on Saturday I was going to the funeral. So he was like, let's meet up on Friday. Got a sharp. Hey, I made sure. He said, let's meet, go cappuccinos. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Oh, he first asked, where can we meet? And I said, wherever we meet can be somewhere where it wouldn't be too far for me, because I'm going to be bolting. And if it turns out that we end our date late, I don't want to be coming back with bolt late. I'm not really used to bolt, and I want to bolt late because I've heard stories, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, it's fine. Let's do Vulnerable Junction. So we met Go Junction, we went to cappuccinos, and that was it. I went there. I remember Kapolte, I get there, and then I'm like, where are you? He's like, I've been here waiting for you. I'm like, okay. So in my head, I'm like, let me tell him I'm at the door, yeah, cappuccinos, so that I see him walking to cappuccinos. And if it turns out, Hore, I don't like him, ne? I told myself I'm going back home. Sharp. I see this guy. He's like, yeah, let me walk there. I'm coming, because in his head he thinks I'm already by the door. And this guy comes. This guy is like, hey, not my cup of coffee, ne? That guy is walking towards cappuccino. Eh. And my bald guy is still there. My bald guy, I think he was waiting. Sometimes they must wait by the mall, waiting for the someone to bolt to request. They wait for request there. He was still waiting there. In my head, God put that guy there so that I can be able to run for my life. Yeah. As I was about in that 2 seconds of confusion, Kamubona Ari. God, there's my husband. Yo, guys. Gabona soldier, and I knew that was him. Gabona soldier. He like wahwanta, like wapakisa, cause like he's thinking I'm already there. Wahwanta or cha cha cha. I'm like, let me walk behind him. I wanna see him. Look, I'm mura. Yo, guys, I was like, I walk behind him like soldier. He turns, it's like, and as he turns, I get a shock of his life because remember, I've been video calling without makeup. Like the first time we did it without makeup, the first time we video called without makeup. Sort of like opened the thing. Each time he calls, I don't even run for the mirror. I just take the phone, and that's got the shock of his life. Honestly, he was like, eh? Sharp. We walked into cappuccinos. We sat there. We had dinner. Yo, guys, I still remember it like it was yesterday. Yo, I enjoyed his company. Yes, I enjoyed his company. And the bill came. And then now I just caught up my phone. I caught up my phone, and then red flag, which I think I overlooked then. Ne? When the bill comes, he even wears his glasses. Like he wears glasses when he drives at night. Like he can see, but not really. So he takes out his glasses. He's like, eh, when I'm Swatura. Guys, like my heart cringed. My heart was like Katura. Like the bill, guys, wasn't even that much. I remember I left home kijile that day. I had eaten. I was not really hungry, so I didn't order anything hectic like I would normally do on a date. The bill wasn't even like 600 and something. I think it was like 600 and something, if I remember well. I'm like, and then he continued, he paid, and that was it. And I overlooked it. I was like, nah, it's fine. And as we about to leave, I'm like, let me bolt. So he's like, nah, I'll take you home. Cario shame, man. And then he took me home. And then I forgot. Okay, I had a takeaway. I had a doggy bag. So I forgot my doggy bag in his car. And when after he left, I called him, Cario, he left with my doggy bag. He's like, yo, I'm so sorry, should I come back? I'm like, nah, I'm already in the house, comfortable and all. Like, just keep it in the freezer. And then take it some more, I'll get it. Like you are sharp. And that was it. That showed her this city is done. This guy won't be seeing me again. And there will be a point where I'll be going to his place because I'll be going to get my food at his place. So it means and then yeah, so we dated. Like we seriously dated, guys. We dated, we were going out. I remember this one time my car was not back yet. He called, he was like, where are you, what you doing? I was doing an internship when we met, so at that time my internship had just ended, né? So he called, he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, nah, I'm home, but I want to go to the mall. I want to go buy my daughter the nappies, right? I want to go buy my daughter the nappies. He's like, how are you getting there? I'm like, no, I'm gonna use Bolt. He's like, nah, I'll come. He drove from his place to my place, fetched me to go buy nappies, paid for those nappies. And guys, get that time, get in my box. I made two boxes. And he's like, now I'll pay. He's like, now I'll pay. And then, yeah. And then he took me back home. It was nice, guys. It was nice. And then, yeah. I think around June 2021, we broke up. I broke up with him, guys. I broke up with him because it was just a lot that would need a story time on its own. But yeah, I broke up with him, and yeah, what I'm trying to say, guys, with all this is that Tinder is not bad. Okay, Tinder is not bad. In fact, Tinder will, if you're genuine, and you're looking for something real on Tinder, don't like Oscar impatient. If you're genuine and you want something real, don't be impatient, because you will meet, hey, you meet a whole lot of guys. Some are not even worth taking to your WhatsApp, okay? Some different and you unmatch. Some you will get to WhatsApp and realize on to the next one. But you will meet someone. Like, I feel like we in this day and age where people are so busy doing this and that. So chances are you're not even getting approached. Like, and I remember there's this guy that once told me that he said he likes me, and I'm like, nah. He's like, I'm sure you're married. I'm like, no, I'm not. And he couldn't believe it. He's like, no, how can you be beautiful and not be married? Hey, Johnny. I'm like, but I'm not. I'm not married. And at the time I was single. At the time I was single, and he's like, how are you single? I'm like, I'm single. So he's like, nah, men probably look at you and think you married, so they look at you and assume you are married and you have someone, blah blah blah. That time you don't. So imagine if all these men are thinking like that, man. So why don't you take matters into your own hands? But download Tinder. You get it on Play Store, you upload your pictures, and guys, please don't even think of doing what I did at first. Or I'm gonna upload my pictures, then you're probably gonna be matched by scammers because you're a scam yourself. Also, look at a picture. Just put up your picture, get you nice pictures, put them up, and also to be safe, because I know guys, but by kidnapping and all this, Tinder verifies people, right? So what happens is they will look at your pictures that you've uploaded, and they'll ask you to take a picture. Like, they'll scan your face and then compare it to the pictures that you posted to see that it's the same person. And they use other methods of verification, and they verify you. Then you'll only match with, or only like people with that verification tick. So it's completely safe. I'm not paid for saying this, but I swear it works. It works. Even after my relationship with Soldier. I went back, So please go to Tinder. Go to Tinder, and yeah, guys, that's it for today's story time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want the part 2, please say.